everyone, Ronan back, and we're going to be diving into some more Band-Maid today. And from what I understand, this is an instrumental. It's a song called Onset. This is a live video. I'm expecting to be blown away in all ways. Technical, musically, song structure, visually, audibly, mentally. Who cares what I'm saying? Let's just watch it. Like the picking with the delay. Nice. The tapping sounds great. Love the rhythm that she's tapping into. It's like not too fast, taking her time. So far, this is definitely my favorite part. I just love the way she's tapping and at the rhythm she is. Drums sound great. There we go. Let's get some bass in there. Oh, nice. Oh my God. Nice, yep. So good. Okay, that seems like a good spot to. Oh, we're almost done. We're just gonna play it out then.
Move this man.
Of course, I had to stop it right at the last 8 seconds. I just thought when I hear instrumental, I think it's gonna be like a 8-minute song or something like that. So, so forgive me for stopping it there. The standout for me on this one, so I'm terrible at remembering names, so I took the time to take notes. So Konami, loved her doing the tapping. I loved the rhythm in which she was doing it. For me personally as a player, tapping wears me out. And I think it's mainly because I'm just not used to doing it. Typically when you're when your hands strain doing something on a guitar, it's usually because you're over exerting yourself with the technique that you're using. So for those of you that have started playing guitar recently or anything like that, you might notice that your hands are straining a bit in the joints, and that's mainly because your hands are not used to doing these sort of, shapes and pressing against metal strings and things like that. So that's one of the hurdles in which you have to get over whenever you're playing guitar, is getting your hands used to making those chord shapes and all that stuff. So for me as a player, even though I've been playing for 20 years, I'm not a lead player. So whenever I play, whenever I do tapping, I can only, it's going to sound funny, I can only last for a few seconds because my hands overstrain and my joints, they just hurt like instantly. So for her to, to master that technique, anybody that masters tapping, I tip my hat to you. I'm glad we kind of got like a little bit of a showcase of everybody. I would have probably liked maybe that song could have probably gone another, I don't know, 2-3 minutes, something like that. It's interesting now that I think about it. Maybe I'm off base with this, but in any sort of, I've only seen so many interviews. I've only seen maybe like a couple, if anything, but like, I just assume that these are very nice girls and they're very respectful, and their guitar playing kind of, their music kind of reflects on that. And again, maybe I'm a little off with this, but so this is an instrumental, so this is like their opportunity to really shine and just show us what they got. But the song is it's just under 4 minutes, which in regards to instrumentals, that's not very long. So it's kind of like they weren't very much into the idea of just playing these long, drawn out, progressive, licks basically. And they could have played a lot longer if they wanted to. It just kind of shows me that there's not so much ego in it that they have to show off for that long and take the stage and hog the spotlight and stuff like that. It shows me that, they don't mind showing off their skills, and there's plenty of times where they do, but in here they don't need to overdo it. And that's kind of a neat thing. So I don't know if that was ever a conscious decision in the creation of this particular, and maybe I'm just overthinking it, but then maybe that could be something that's reflective on who they are as people as well. So if anything, I view that as more of a compliment. Sometimes you can run into instrumentals and people are just playing 8-minute long solos, and they're cool and all, but there's kind of a way to do it, and I guess it kind of depends on who's doing it too. But here, this song is just fun. It's each player kind of takes us for a little ride, and I love the bass licks that we got in that solo, just the textures that we were hearing in the tone, and the way that Misa was picking on the bass. Really loved it. It was like a really quick, like 2 seconds in the middle of her solo where she was way up high in the upper register. Really loved the textures and the way that the way that the attack sounded on the strings. Very cool. And Akane, she gave us, for me, that was more of like a tease. She gave us a little bit, but it's just like Japanese drummers in general are just amazing. They're insane. There's only so many Japanese bands in my music library, but all the ones that have drummers that can pull this stuff off and make it look so effortless. It's like they've got like this background in jazz. I feel like they kind of give me that vibe, like they're jazz players that just happen to play rock. And when you just listen to it instrumentally, they sound like they're playing something insane, and you just picture someone going insane like Animal from the Muppets, and their hair's flying everywhere and they're going off. But then you watch the video of them playing and they're just like, and it's like they just happen to be there, and they just happen to have drumsticks, and they just happen to be playing drums, and like it doesn't look like they're putting much effort into it, but there's just so much skill, and but it's so clean. They do it so clean, and so much technical ability in that, and it doesn't seem like they're putting like much thought into it to begin with. It's just done so effortlessly. Yeah, really loved all the guitar parts. Loved everything about this. It's really great. Just again, the tapping, the tempo in which the tapping was occurring. Very cool melodic riff there. The one surprise for me was that it wasn't overly egocentric of each of the parts. Just very, here we are, we kick ass, and we're out. And then next person comes up, says the same thing. I kick ass, here's my thing, I can do it, I'm out, next person. And it's just, it's very respectful. Hope you had fun listening to me yapping. Feel free to let me know what to check out next, and I'll see you next time.